Hey there, it's Ryan from WeAreWhoIam channel. So check this out. I've been tossing around this idea for a bit, and guess what? I'm diving headfirst into Yuval Harari's Sapiens. We're talking about Harari's journey from being a history fan to a top-tier thinker. Let's get into the basics. Imagine this Yuval Harari, all the way from Israel, scored a doctoral degree in medieval history from Oxford's fancy university back in 2002. What's his gig? Delving into medieval history, tales of war, and the intricate relationship between history and biology. It's like a whirlwind of curiosity. He's been delving into the past, trying to figure out if us humans have been on an ever-upward happiness trajectory. But hold up, this isn't your average history geek. Harari's lectures on world history are making waves on YouTube. He's practically teaching the whole world. And guess what? He's notching up awards and honors like badges of honor. The Israel Academy of Sciences gave him the nod in 2012. Yep, he's made his mark. Now, let's talk Sapiens. This masterpiece isn't your typical history book. It's a hybrid of anthropology, social biology, and something that'll blow your mind. Scholars are fangirling over it. Why? Because it serves up theories that'll spin your head. It spins tales like your favorite Netflix show, and it reads like a chit-chat over coffee. Here's the kicker: Harari doesn't just give us the rundown on history's greatest hits. Nope, he's about the big ideas. He's all eyes on the grand patterns that guide us. He's into the stuff that kick-started human societies, the birth of language, the farming frenzy, and the rise of social structures. Hold on tight, because Harari drops a bombshell. He suggests that when humans started imagining gods, that's when the curtain rose on history's stage. And guess what? When humans start wielding godlike powers, history might just pull the curtain. It's like a cosmic puzzle about our future. Now, let's buckle up for a roller coaster ride through humanity's greatest hits. Harari guides us through the epic cognitive revolution, the game-changing agricultural revolution, and the tech-powered scientific revolution. He's shining a light on how language, societies, and jaw-dropping innovations shaped us. And don't blink, because Harari's got a trick up his sleeve: stories and beliefs. He serves up 7 monumental forces that turbocharged our evolution, including the granddaddy of them all, the agricultural revolution, and the genius behind money. The scientific revolution marched in around 500 years ago, reshuffling the deck with its science and tech magic. It was like waving a wand that redefined the rules of the game. To put it simply, Sapiens by Yuval Harari isn't just a history lesson. It's like a treasure map leading you straight into the heart of human history, with storytelling that's juicier than your favorite reality show, theories that'll bend your brain, and words that flow smoother than your go-to tunes. This is a must-read for curious minds and history buffs alike. Alright, now let's get down to business. In this part of the book, we're diving into the intriguing idea that genetic engineering could give birth to a brand new post-human species. We're talking about some next-level beings, maybe even cyborgs, who are here for the long haul. But hold up, there's a twist. Alongside this potential transformation, we're facing the ominous threat of self-destruction, thanks to environmental damage. It's like a cosmic seesaw and dodging. This wild ride might be a mission impossible. Now, on to the juicy stuff: immortality. Sounds rad, right? But pump those brakes. Harari isn't letting us off that easy. He's asking whether eternal life would actually bring eternal happiness. According to the book, every day, human happiness doesn't exactly jive with piling up material wealth. And guess what? the book's got the research findings to back up this head-scratcher. And this is where it gets personal. The text seems to nod along, admitting that the yearning for eternal life is a bit tangled. It doesn't shy away from admitting that living a healthy, joyful, peaceful life, surrounded by loved ones, is where the real gold's at. Now, let's crank up the tunes and dive into some science stuff. We're starting at the basic show. Living things get classified. So creatures get sorted into groups, starting with the big categories down to the specific ones. It's like a giant organizational chart. And species is like the VIP level. Here's the deal: if two critters can make babies that can actually make more babies, they're in the same species club. But it's not always black and white. Take horses and donkeys, for instance. They can have a baby, a mule. But that mule can't have babies of its own. So nope, they're not in the same club, even though they look kinda similar. Now, let's flip a coin. Dogs, for instance. Bulldogs and spaniels might seem worlds apart, but they're part of the same species group. Yep, they share the same DNA recipe, even if they rock different styles. To sum it up, it's all about making fertile babies to decide if you're in the same species gang. But wait, it gets more interesting. Species don't live in their own little bubbles. They're like a family tree that keeps branching out. So, species that share the same great-great-great-grandparent get a special label. It's called a genus. Think of it as an extended family. They've got a common ancestor, but they've evolved in their own unique ways. Now, things take a turn. Once upon a time, humans thought they were the kings of the jungle, separate from the rest of the animal crew, like lone wolves in a cosmic wilderness. But guess what? Reality was a bit different. Around 2.5 million years ago, Homo habilis, our ancient ancestors, showed up in East Africa, and they weren't alone. They had some cousins, the Australopithecus gang. These folks are ancient, older than us, and were strutting their stuff around 2 million years ago. As time rolled on, these early humans spread out like confetti. Different places meant different evolutionary paths. In chilly Europe, they adapted to the cold. In tropical places like Africa and Indonesia, it was all about dealing with heat and humidity. That's why we got Homo neanderthalensis in Europe, Homo erectus in Asia, and even the hobbits, or Homo floresiensis, in Indonesia. Each group adapted to their own turf, and trust me, they had the smarts to survive in their own unique ways. Now fast forward to Homo sapiens, the wise humans making our grand entrance in Africa. We played the same game, adapt or die. Neanderthals in Europe got all cozy for colder weather, while Homo erectus in Asia took it slow for millions of years. But guess what? The hobbits in Indonesia were different. They shrunk in size, but that didn't make them any less smart. Their brains were just as big as ours, but their bodies were tiny. It's like nature was playing around with the pieces of the puzzle. And there's more. Homo erectus, those Asian trailblazers, were around for almost 2 million years. They were the true explorers, spreading out like wildfire. They used tools and fire, tamed it, and rocked it. They were the old pioneers, surviving tsunamis, volcanoes, and all that jazz. Now, let's dive into something even more intriguing: the ancient art of storytelling. Picture this: early humans, huddled around a fire, sharing stories of the day's epic mammoth hunt. The stuff of legends, right? But guess what? It's more than that. Stories are like glue. They hold communities together, whether it's a band of hunter-gatherers or the entire world today. So let's rewind a bit. Around 70,000 years ago, our Homo sapiens ancestors roamed the plains of Africa. They were smart cookies, using tools, language, and even art. But what truly set them apart? Their ability to gossip. Yup, you heard that right, gossip. Talking about who did what, who's in love with who, and what's up with the tribe. It's like the ancient version of social media, except with actual storytelling and not just images. This gossiping wasn't just idle chit-chat. It built connections, strengthened bonds, and created trust. And when they weren't busy chattering about the tribe, they told stories about the world around their mighty gods, fearsome beasts, and grand adventures. Now, here's where it gets real interesting. The stories didn't just stay in one place. They traveled, evolved, and changed along the way. It's like that game of telephone you played as a kid, where a whispered message changed as it passed from ear to ear. Fast forward to today. We're still at it, telling stories that connect us, make us laugh, cry, and feel alive. From ancient cave paintings to blockbuster movies, the medium might change, but the essence remains the same. And you know what? This storytelling magic doesn't just apply to people. It's like animals have their own tales to tell. Take dolphins, for example. They have signature whistles, like names, and they keep a social network buzzing with news and juicy details. It's like they're living out their own epic sagas under the sea. So the next time you share a story, remember you're part of an ancient tradition that's kept our species connected and thriving for thousands of years. Whether it's a campfire tale, a podcast, or a holographic space opera, you're carrying on a legacy that's older than history itself.